Hey everyone, so today I'd like to discuss a legal issue that's been going around the news for quite a bit, for quite a while, and if you saw the thumbnail, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, all I wanted to say is, don't panic, it's organic, and yes, this video is about legalizing weed. Now, the basic main reasons why weed is illegal is racism, fear, protection of corporate profits, yellow journalism, personal career advancement and greed, and ignorant, incompetent, and corrupt legislators. Now, if it weren't for those reasons, weed would be legal. Now, weed has been around for like 10,000 years. Like, we know of weed uses back in 7,500 BC. And back then it was legal, and it's been legal it's been legal pretty much all of the time, and it's only been illegal for 1% of the time that we know marijuana has existed. And I think it's just silly that you would have to illegalize something that is actually quite good for people technically. Like, I'm not saying that it's good, like, smoke weed, eat it, and you'll be the best person you can be. That's not at all what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it doesn't really harm you. Yes, there's people that say weed causes cancer, weed causes Alzheimer, weed causes all these diseases, but there is also proof that weed heals all these diseases. More for that is in the next 10 reasons why weed should be legalized. So, the first of these 10 reasons is that there is limited evidence of harmful effects of marijuana on mental health. So, even though there's been decades of studying, it remains unclear whether marijuana actually produces harmful effects on the mental health or not. And I believe that if there's been so many years of studying marijuana and its effects on mental health, I believe there should be a lot more evidence that it actually does something to your mental health, because I know a lot of people that smoke weed. And to me, I mean, okay, some of them just walk around this all day and they're just like, and they're just stoned all friggin' day. But they're actually pretty smart people. And once they sit down to write a test or something, they got good grades. And some people that I know even told me, oh yeah, I have to smoke weed before I study or else I won't remember anything, and I have to smoke weed when writing a test, cause or else I won't remember anything. And that is quite likely to be true. I mean, if these people are used to smoking weed while studying and then used to smoking weed while taking tests, then their brain is used to that too, and then they need to do it in order to get good scores on a test, right? Now, the second reason is that there is limited evidence of harmful effects of marijuana on biological health. So, weed is non-toxic, and overdoses are basically impossible. Like, you could smoke 5 grams of weed in one day and you wouldn't die of an overdose of weed. I mean, no one's ever died from smoking weeds. Like, in my opinion, peanuts should be illegal. People die of peanuts all the time. They choke on them and then they die. Shouldn't that be a reason to make peanuts illegal? I mean, people smoke weed every day and no one's died from smoking weed. Third reason is that there are many psychological benefits. Many people say that they have a better creativity, they're more sociable, they have better sensations, like their senses are more intense. They have pleasant alteration of the perception of time. They're more sexual, and they have a better appetite and enjoyment of food. These are all positive things. I mean, hey, I would enjoy to eat more food. I mean, I'm never hungry, and I would like to look at food and be like, damn, I want to eat that right now, and I'm going to eat it because I don't care, because it's going to taste good no matter what it is. Or I want to be able to look at a plain piece of paper and be like, I'm gonna draw something on here that no one's ever drawn here before. Except I can't, because I don't have more creativity or more food. But that's why weed should be legal, because then people would have more need for food, more need for drawing on plain pieces of paper and making movies and all that stuff that we need nowadays. Here's a big one. Weed has medical benefits. Isn't that great? You can use it as medicine. You can use it against nausea, vomiting, premenstrual syndrome, unintentional weight loss, insomnia, and lack of appetite. Like, those are all things that a lot of people suffer from. Like, I always have a lack of appetite. Like, it's 6 p.m. now and I haven't eaten anything all day. Other people are anorexic, and if they smoked weed, they wouldn't be anorexic anymore, and I think weed is the cure for anorexia. Everyone who's anorexic should be prescribed weed so that they smoke it and then they'll eat some. Not bulimia, because bulimic people, they just throw up and then, they throw the food up even after smoking weed. But it's pretty good. So there's governmental cognitive dissonance and systems justification as the next reason. So any social psychologist, I learned this in psychology class, will tell you that the more someone invests in something, the more they will believe it. So many people have invested so much energy, time, money into making weed illegal that they believe that it's a bad thing. Like, all these people are like, it's horrible, like, it's gonna harm you, that you're gonna get cancer, and you're gonna die, and blah, blah, blah. But I believe, and so does social psychology, believe that it's only like this because they've invested so much money in it. Now, if all these people were to buy weed and be like, hey, this actually pretty good, I can eat it, I can smoke it, I can drink it, I can bake it, I don't even know what else you can do with weed. You can do so much with it. You can make paper, clothes, paint. The list goes on. I'm really no weed specialist here, but I'm sure there's a lot of other things you can do with it. So, the more these people invest in making it seem like a horrible thing, the more it actually will be a horrible thing in their eyes, and they just need to get off their horse and realize that weed is actually a beautiful thing that brings people together that wouldn't be friends otherwise. Another reason is that weed is becoming expensive for the government because they're arresting so many people. Arresting someone is not for free, but when a person gets arrested, they're not going to pay you any bills. Like, they're going to go to prison or something, or they're going to have to pay you this and that much money, but it's not going to take over how much it actually costs to arrest someone. Every year, there's approximately 850,000 people just in America arrested for the use of marijuana. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of money. In 2004, approximately 12.7% of state prisoners and 12.4% of federal prisoners were serving time for marijuana-related offenses. Another reason is that the people obviously want it. Over 45% of the U.S. population support legalization and think that marijuana should be completely legal. That's saying something, because if people want to legalize it, then friggin' legalize. Marijuana's active ingredient, which is THC, is less dangerous than nicotine. So nicotine is more toxic than marijuana, yet cigarettes are legal. And every second person in the world smokes cigarettes or has smoked one in a lifetime. Okay, I'm not sure that the statistic is right, every second person, but I'm just saying a lot of people smoke cigarettes, and it's bad for you. Smoke weed. Crime rates in countries where marijuana is legal are significantly lower than that of the USA, which is also saying something. And lastly, because Peanut says so.